You've got to hand it to humans that we have some pretty awesome hands in terms of engineering and what they can do. And we use them for a lot of things: typing, guitar, handshakes, well, not since COVID, whatever. I was gonna make a bunch of wordplay jokes about hands, but I worried that might get out of hand, so I've decided to take a hands-off approach and instead just jump right into the releases. Let's get to it. Okay, for the first tool, which is the most powerful shotgun method, we will be using the Thera cane. I recommend the candy cane shape, not the S shape, but what makes this tool so powerful are these little knobs right here. What's so cool about this is you can put a little bit of lotion on your hands, stand this bad puppy up right here, and get both hands at the same time, and just really nicely get into those meaty muscles of the thumbs, the pinky, near right where the wrists start. You can get between the fingers, between the bones of the metacarpals. You can adjust the pressure, and it's just super easy. I'm just pressing down with my shoulders, and the cane is doing all the work for me. Moving on. Now, what if you don't have a Thera cane to use with your hands? What if you don't have hands to use with your Thera cane? Either way, grab a ball. We're going to hit those same spots with the golf ball so you can have another option. When it comes to massaging yourself or clients, you want to think about angles. So we're going for this muscle right here, and you can come at it straight on, but these muscles are three-dimensional objects, and so you want to come at them at different angles, peeling them off of the bone underneath so that they can slide freely and have good hydration. And again, it's this triangle right here. So we're gonna lean in, coming at it, feels amazing. I did some massage today, and you'll see I'm kind of coming up on the ridges here, just moving around. You see that? Then, same thing for the pinky side. Come at it right on the side here. That's nice, nice. Boom. All right, moving on. Now, what if you don't have a Thera cane, but what you do have is an irrational fear of spherical objects, so you can't use a golf ball? Well, I'm not here to make fun of you. I'm here to give you options. At that point, you got two. You can use your elbow, which is actually pretty nice. You're gonna have to get your other shoulder involved, and as massage therapists, we use our shoulders a lot already, but you can use your elbow to get those same spots, just melting into it, opening it up, and that will be really nice. Again, using angles, finding those good juicy spots. You can use your elbow, or you can use, of course, your other hand. You can do fingers, you can do thumbs, right? Even if your thumb hurts, it may not be that bad to just kind of get in there and wake it up. But if you have no other tools, you don't have the corner of a table, you don't have a doorknob. I mean, if there's a chair in your house that is hopefully made of metal or wood that you can just jam into these areas. Anything pointy gets you relief and can open these areas up. Moving on. Let's talk about the fingers. The fingers can either be pretty much not a big area of importance for people, for some, and then for others it can be quite a huge area. So what you're going to do is just check them. Put a little lotion on your hands and just peel. You're just kind of scraping, peeling, almost kind of the way people use scrapers or gua sha tools, whatever. You're just scraping the tendons on these fingers, coming at it from different sides and trying to peel the tendon. If it's tight, if your fingers need work, it's because the layers, the tendon and the fascia and muscle of really the tendon though, is kind of stuck to the bone. So come at it from different angles and just peel it off. And you'll figure out really quickly, especially like on the beginning part, if it just feels nice to kind of come over these grooves, then there you go for it. If you don't feel much, let's move on. So next up is the wrist flexors. So here you can see the thumb muscle that we're about to hit. Next is going to be the flexor digitorum, but I want you to take notice of this white piece right here, the tendon. There's actually, these layers right here are actually the deep layer. There's 3 more muscles that come over the top and attach in the wrist here and some other places, but imagine that there's 3 more muscles over the top here. The point is that they all attach right here, and we're going to spend a lot of time in this area, this white area, as well as even below it on the upper arm bone here a little bit, getting relief there, because if we get relief here as well as all the fingers and wrist here, that's where that's what's gonna allow us to get really deep into these muscles here, here, and here. Time to get the wrist flexor. Very easy spot, general area to find. I'm gonna start with the lacrosse ball. If you don't wanna use a lacrosse ball, try a golf ball. Again, the corner of a chair would work fine. And I'm on a spot right now that feels good, and guess what? I'm just pressing on it. I'm not moving around a lot. I'm letting it sink in. Now, for me, it only took about 10 seconds for it to be like, okay, I want a little bit of movement. So now I've moved around a little bit to find a different angle. I'm in the same rough spot, but just a different angle. Here feels really good. I'm gonna hold that. I can feel I'm close to a nerve. There is a nerve here, so if it gets a little zingy, that just means you got a little close to the nerve. Not a big deal, just move around. But I'm just kind of getting this area, jostling a little bit, just feeling that out. Feels really nice. If I wanted to, I could switch tools and get the golf ball, but this is working pretty well for me right now. As it's opening up, I'm able to come a little bit lower down, and that works really well. So you could use this ball. If you want more pressure, put the other hand here and kind of bear down on it. You can get pressure there. If you don't have balls if you don't have either tool, you can, again, it's back to the elbow for you then, and you can, for this area, you'd have to use your fingers or your thumb, and for the thumb, you just find that spot, kind of work on it a little bit. Once you've gotten this area, it's kind of a free-for-all. So there's muscles on the top, the radiobrachialis, there's coming down just the meat of it, there's coming down the pinky side. You really get your choice. If we're talking about flexors, that's going to be going down the middle. But if you're just going to be using your elbow, just start looking. This is the easiest spot to get with the elbow, this muscle right on top. Put your elbow right there, sink in, and just breathe. And move around a little bit. It's the same rules every time. I know I'm repeating myself, but people like to move too fast, or they don't have that attitude of, let me just explore and really see where things are stuck and not sliding. So you can use the elbow here. Another good spot for the elbow is actually that last thumb muscle, which you're going to find in this area. So the way you get that is you just put the elbow there. I can feel the radius bone right there, and I'm kind of going in this direction, and I can feel it right there. It feels really nice in the thumb, and I'm able to just press down and hold it. This is one of those areas where there's so much meat, you can just slowly sink in. As it opens up, I'll go to another spot. Just hold it. I can come all the way down the wrist. As you get to the bottom of the wrist in this area, for people that do a lot of typing or massage as you're doing a lot of this or anything, you're gonna get that pronator, the muscle that does this. It can get real tight right here. So you can also put your elbow right into that guy, right there, and just sink in. And even for me right now, it's talking to me. It's talking to me. A lot of people will say pin and do a bunch of this and pin and release type stuff. I find it painful, and I don't get a lot of benefit from moving around with it. I get plenty of release just finding spots and finding the right spots and the right angles. But many ways to skin a cat. If you get a lot of relief kind of doing all this while holding it, then be my guest. You can also get the top. If you weren't able to release with the ball, you can easily get the top thumb movers on the extensor side, same thing. And that feels pretty good. Next up is a lacrosse ball into the erectors, okay? The erectors are muscles that do that, and they get tight on typers, they get tight on massage therapists, they get tight on a lot. It is very easy to grab a lacrosse ball, and you're gonna put the ball about right here. Now, when it comes to rolling out, massaging yourself, whatever, don't get on something and start moving around, okay? You wanna just find a spot that hurts, that feels productive, good, painful, productive, okay? And lean on it. You want to find a spot and the right angle. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm using this ball to peel the extensor muscles off this way a little bit, and also to kind of create space. I'm kind of pushing the radius off of the ulna, and that is going to help create space and stretch that membrane a little bit. But there's kind of like a little groove here, and I'm just putting the ball right there, leaning in, taking a moment, breathing. Feels nice. And what I'll do is as it opens up, I might move a little bit, like my whole body, so that the ball can kind of roll like this, pulling apart those bones. And as I work my way down, okay? Find a spot, hold it, move a little bit, find a spot, hold it, move a little bit. Your body will tell you where to go. Let's go get those thumbs. Wait, what do you mean I was meant to get the thumb muscles in the last clip? You realize this makes me look like a fallible human, right? Hi there. Well, anyways, we get the thumb muscles the same way, which is gonna be right here, boom, boom. Again, slowly rolling. It should feel nice. Find those spots, don't go too fast. Oh, that's nice. Well, my fellow massage therapists, that about wraps up this video. If there's anything I want you to take away from this video, it's that one, you can get really deep relief massaging yourself. That's the trade we're in, right? Let's use it to help ourselves. Two, if it's really painful or not helping, then you're either not getting the right spot, you're not doing things in the right order. There's always an order of importance to releasing the body. Or three, you're just moving too fast and not giving the body time to respond. I hope to see you in the next video where we talk about releasing the shoulders, and I'll see you there.